So the plank position is how you lower down into what is often called chaturanga. I want to give you a few options as how to lower down, because once you lower down, you have access to a beautiful, amazing back bend called cobra or upward facing dog. So it looks like this, right? So you're in your plank position. The first modification I teach is simply drop the knees like this, lower all the way down onto your belly, untuck the toes, so reach through the toes, palms are under shoulders, pull your palms toward your ribs as you lift up through the heart into a cobra. So once you're in cobra, the shoulders draw back and away from the ears as you lift through the heart, elbows tuck in towards the ribs. You're reaching back through the toes. By reaching back through the toes, you take pressure, unnecessary pressure, out of your lower back. So there's varying degrees that you can come up. The first, depending on your spinal flexibility, is how high you'll come up in cobra. So actually you can even do it if you really wanted to, just on your elbows. This is a great starting position, even before you do the full cobra. Just like this, elbows under shoulders, lifting through the heart. But for the other cobra, maybe the first one you do, you come up nice and low, just like this. You can even remove the palms, right? Then, depending on spinal flexibility, you can come up a little higher, like this. Shoulders back away from the ears, lift through the heart, reach back through the toes. Make sure the legs aren't splayed open like this. They're not even together. You want them just like we were talking about, hips with distance. Good, and then there's the higher variation, depending on spinal flexibility, like this. And maybe you have spinal flexibility, but maybe you don't want to come quite so high on your first one, which is no big deal. So as you practice, maybe you do the first one low, second one medium, third one high, kind of warming up the spine, right? So that's one way to lower down into a cobra, into your back bend position. Back bends, by the way, are very energizing for the body. They stimulate the adrenal glands. So if you're stressed, back bend is probably not the best thing to do. What you want to be doing is something like forward fold to help you relax, which we're going to do in a minute. So another way, so first off, I want to say you could do an entire workshop, 1-2 hour workshop on how, and I've done them, on how to do chaturanga, which is how you lower from plank into an upward facing dog. So there's a few ways that it's taught, and it's taught differently. So across different systems, teachers teach it differently, and that's good because people's bodies are different. So you want to find what works for you. So we'll go back into the plank, right? Hips not too low, not too high, shoulders melting a little bit, or heart melting between the shoulders. So one way to do it is like this. You lower down like this, elbows by the side, and then untuck the toes, rise into an upward dog like this. So, and then from this position, what you can do is you can press back, downward dog. Good. So let's go through the subtleties of chaturanga one more time. So, you're in your plank position, just like this. Then you can lower down, untuck the toes, rise in upward dog. Right? Another option you could do, so then you press back, downward dog. You want to spread those fingers. Another option you can do is you can actually slide forward, because, so check this out. So you're in plank position, you lower down, and then you come forward. So there's two options. One, plank position, lower down, untuck one toe at a time, upward dog. So you untuck, well, not one toe, but one foot at a time. Or you're in plank position, lower down, come forward a little bit, upward dog. So you can kind of like come down, forward, slide forward, upward dog, whatever works for you. But, upward dog is a pretty deep back bend. The hips will actually be lifting off the ground for the upward dog. I wouldn't do that as your first back bend of the day. I don't even generally even practice the upward dog. The cobra, I get all the benefits of the back bend with cobra. Palms under the shoulders, pull the palms towards the ribs, reach up. I get all the benefits here, spread the fingers, press back, downward dog. Slowly step forward, forward fold. So forward fold, an important piece, is the feet are not together, they're not too wide, they're about hips width distance apart, and for me, which is quite narrow. So, with forward fold, what you want to do is you want to, especially the first one of the day, grab your elbows, relax your neck. So this is a relaxing pose. This helps you relieve stress, tension, opens the hamstring. You relax your neck, you let go of any tension in the neck. What you want to prevent here, and you want to prevent it in downward dog as well, is the knees doing this, coming together, right? That's going to put a lot of compression here in the lower back, which is unnecessary. What you want to do is spread through the upper thighs and the legs so your knees will come apart, which is why I like to do it with the feet and legs hip width distance apart, so you can get that energetic expansion there that helps open the sacrum and the lower back. So if it's your first one, you do the ragdoll. You grab the elbows, relax the neck. Maybe if it's your second one of the day, you can do with the palms down, like that. Sometimes maybe the third one of the day, you can step on the palms like this, and use a little upper body strength to bring you down. But if you're new to yoga, the ragdoll is phenomenal. You're going to get all the benefits and without any of the extra risk of really tweaking anything or hurting anything. So I would start with ragdoll. So I want to show you a few, so let's just go through how you can go from downward dog to plank to lunge to forward fold. So this is essentially sequencing and it's transitioning. So let's go from downward dog, right? So let's inhale the right foot up and back, exhale, step forward, lunge, right? So there's a lot of ways to do this, to get into this lunge. You could do it how I just did it, or you could start in table just like this, a much easier way to get into it. Step forward lunge, just like this. You can do the lunge with the back knee down. I'd recommend maybe starting with that. That's the first way to start. Make sure when you're in your lunge that this front knee is not past this front ankle. That's going to put a lot of unnecessary pressure on the front ankle. There's no need to do that. You want to stack it right over, just like this. So whether your back knee is down or up, this front knee is stacked right over the ankle. You're going to protect your knee joints for the long run so you can stay healthy and exercise well into your golden years. This is so important part of this lunge. Make sure this back knee is lifting up. This will help open this back left psoas, this muscle right here in the thigh. Right? And then make sure your hips are not too high like this, right? But not too low like this. You want to have them at a good position where you can lift the back knee up, sink the front hip down a little bit, and then there's a subtle movement, a subtle mechanism where you energetically hug the legs together. So that front heel kind of energetically draws back, and the back leg kind of energetically draws forward. You won't even really notice it that someone's doing it, but you'll feel it. And if that seems like it's not making sense right now, come back to that at another time. Just practice the lunge. This is with the back knee down, getting the benefits here. So if that is, let's say you're here, you've been practicing this a few times, but you want to get to here, but it's a little too challenging, that's when you use blocks. You'd actually have 2 blocks, one in each hand, and then you'll be a little higher. It'll make it a little easier for you. And then, so from here, once you're in a lunge, whether it's here or here, a block is helpful for a twist. So the left palm is down on the mat or on a block, and then you inhale your right palm sky for a twist. And then the neck doesn't have to look, so some people teach this where you have to like look up. I don't see a need for that. You can relax the neck, let go of tension in the neck. It's a much more satisfying position. And the twist, understand that it happens, the twist comes from the belly button area, from the core, like that. The chest follows, and the head can follow too. The arm opens up, and you're breathing. Don't forget the breathing, guys. Good, and then the palm floats down. Once the palm floats down, you can step forward, forward, fold. Ragdoll. So when you do forward fold, keep a little bit of a micro bend in the knees so you can keep muscular energy. You don't want to lock out the knees completely, then you'll be completely in your joints. Right? So you just a subtle micro bend, grab the elbows, relax. Good, and you place the palms, and you can step back with the other foot, so you're doing the lunge here on the other side. You see how my hands are? This is something I do sometimes. Probably better just to keep it down completely, or on the fingertips like that, or on blocks, of course. Here I'm on the inside of my knuckle joints. So once again, there's the back knee is lifting up, the back heel is pressing back, front knee stacked over the front ankle. You just breathe here for a few breaths. You're noticing this is the psoas right here. It goes up here and it goes up into the back. You can have the back knee down. This is a good one too. When you're ready, so you can do the twist on that side as well, twisting from the belly button. I'll just demo it quickly here on this side. Neck is relaxing. Fingers can be spread or open. Good. Palm can come down, and then you step forward, forward fold again. Right? And from forward fold, it's a great place to come back into your plank position. So you see how you can navigate your mat front and back, from downward dog, plank, lunge, forward fold, and then I place the palms. To do so, if you don't have a lot of hamstring flexibility, you'll need to bend the knees a lot, no problem. And then step back into plank position, push-up position, right? Here we are. Lower down, rise into cobra. You can drop the knees. Press back, downward dog. And there you have it. Downward dog, lunges, forward fold, and planks.